fighters in the cage.
This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 155 pounds, holds a professional record of 0 wins with 1 loss, and fights out of Striker Fight Center in Kennesaw, Georgia, Jason Wolf. And his opponent across the cage to my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 155 pounds, holds a professional record of 1 win with 3 losses, and fights out of Blaylock's IMB in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, Tim Boyle. Your referee when the action begins is Jimmy Neely.
Jimmy Neely, our referee in this lightweight bout, 155 pounds. It's Jason Wolf in the blue trunks, Tim Boyle in the black trunks. 3 5-minute rounds, as is the case in the pros. We're at Brainerd High School, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Valor Fights 45, live at flowcombat.com. Vince Ferrara, Casey Oxendine, cage side. They touch gloves, and here we go.
All right, both men on those wheels. Respective right kicks by both of these men to start off this action.
Who would you say is the favorite, Casey?
Well, I mean, it's really hard to say, man. Both of these guys are I mean, it's a very well-matched fight. I will say that Jason Wolf is notably larger in stature at 155 pounds. That being said, Tim Boyle is slinging that leather right now.
Yeah, Boyle delivered a head kick as well to Wolf in the blue.
Good boy, placing those strikes very well. Now he is on top here.
Jason Wolf's 1 loss was to national prospect Lindsey Jones back in July when worlds collide, and they're back up to their feet. Wolf, as an amateur, went 9 minutes twice.
Tim Boyle placing that jab very well. Fires off a combination. Kick is caught by Jason Wolf, and now he is on top here. Now we will find out if that size advantage will make a difference when you got to carry it.
2 straight rights after the catch by Wolf has helped put him in this position with 1.5 minutes gone by in round 1.
Jason Wolf with a tremendous base there. Knees good and wide and pressured up against the cage. Tim Boyle looking to climb up that cage. Jason Wolf holding on tight.
See Wolf trying to slide him away from that sit-up position.
And here you see Tim Boyle still in the half guard position. You know, it's sort of second nature for a BJJ guy to hold that position. It makes it more difficult to stand up. When I'm in top position, I have the half guard, particularly against the cage. I use that as a ride and to secure my opponent down. So, you know, Tim Boyle, he's thus far been unable to negate the pressure there of Jason Wolf.
Wonder how long Jimmy Neely is going to let them go. A little bit of activity now for Wolf, and actually a grab of the cage, but Jimmy Neely was all over it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put your hand out flat, but you can't reach your fingers inside the links of the cage. Now look, Tim Boyle looking for a guillotine possibly.
And again, posturing.
Oh, there we go. Good positioning here for Jason Wolf. Tim Boyle is going to have to move. He can't sit here underneath that.
And that's going to ensure they stay in this position and not get stood up. Elbows are legal too in this pro MMA bout. And a mark on the forehead, maybe a couple of Boyle.
Yeah, and I will say this, I had Tim Boyle definitely winning in the stand-up portion. Again, he was on top for a period of time, but man, since this takedown by Jason Wolf, it has been all Wolf in control here.
And you see blood. Trying to sneak in blood on that high forehead right at the hairline. Rolling down the side of the face of Boyle. Wolf in control here in this first round. And Leaning, you mentioned the weight. He is a bigger guy just hanging on Boyle. Got to take a toll. More shots by Wolf.
Oh, you see the crimson mask forming in the hairline of Tim Boyle.
It's just really short elbows, maybe not the toughest, but forcing Boyle to have to defend them.
And more than anything, oh wow, here come the elbows.
Boyle almost able to sneak out.
It allows Jason Wolf to sort of rest there, regroup himself, while Tim Boyle has to struggle to breathe.
Wow, buck off right at the horn. Not sure Wolf liked that, but you can see the damage done, and Mark Laws has got some work to do in the corner there of Tim Boyle, who is showing the effects of getting leaned on quite a bit in that first round. So Wolf, if you're in his corner, excuse me, Boyle, you mentioned he might have had the advantage in the stand-up game. Is that the plan, to try to stay on the
But
feet?
Tim Boyle, I definitely think so. I think that he needs to keep those legs down, be sparing with his kicks, because if he gets it caught and ends up on bottom, he's going to have to weather that storm. And I will say this just from watching: if Jason Wolf had that much success on top, he's going to be looking to take it there again. See, there it is. He caught that kick. He ends up in the closed guard of Tim Boyle, which is more of a retro style of defense. It's very defensive. It's the old school Hoist Gracie style, but it's not something that you see in a more contemporary style of BJJ play, particularly in regards to mixed martial arts. So, he's gonna, Tim Boyle's gonna have to look to stay off of his back. If he gets put there, he's gonna have to climb up that cage and get back to his feet.
Look at how red the face of Boyle is, even after all the blood was wiped off. I mean, that just shows you the damage he has taken.
Now here we go, Boyle right up in Jason Wolf's face.
And Boyle probably pretty thankful that the best in the business, Mark Laws, was there to try to close that cut up a little bit.
Yeah, and I definitely think that this is a well-matched fight. And again, Tim Boyle was a guy that's known to be more of a grappler, more of a BJJ style.
Oh.
That was a big right hand by Tim Boyle. But tonight, he is the striker in this battle.
Stunned Wolf
Look at
momentarily.
that. Beautiful hands. I don't think that I've ever seen Tim Boyle look so good on the feet.
And that's after all the damage he took.
Yeah, man, he continues to put those hands on Jason Wolf, who has one heck of a chin, big thick neck, big trunk, torso. Again, one of the biggest lightweights I've seen.
Surprise Boyle snuck in a kick there and risked maybe being taken down.
He can throw those kicks, but he really needs to make sure that he sets them up with good hands combinations.
And blood trickling right down the middle of the face of Boyle.
Here we go. Big shots.
Oh!
Closing the distance here on Tim Boyle.
Big right by Wolf. And Boyle answers back. Front knee slash shin, very red of Wolf.
Oh, there we go. That trickle of blood down the forehead of Tim Boyle, who still continues to toll forward, sticks that jab yet again.
Boyle is throwing his right out as a visual distraction and then throwing a left behind it. Done it a number of times.
I will say that Boyle looks great as long as he is moving and tolling forward, but when he allows Jason Wolf, if he waits and allows Jason Wolf to get off, man, Wolf has dynamite in those hands.
Midway through round number 2, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Wolf dominated in round 1. Both guys with some level of success here in the second round.
You know, I expected Wolf to look for that takedown when the opportunity arises. He seems to be content with standing and banging here. He's started to get his rhythm.
No, you're right, Casey. He's had his moments, but he's also taken more damage and maybe brought Boyle back in this fight in this stand-up game.
Yeah.
Kick of the lead leg by Wolf.
Yeah, great placement on that kick. And now, again, Wolf starting to fire back quickly in response to Tim Boyle. And I will say this, these guys have really picked up the work rate on the feet. If either man were to end up on their back, it's going to be a lot harder getting back up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Later in the round, you get the more dominant that pressure is going to be.
Man, both guys have had their moments where they have connected with clean strikes. Minute left in round 2.
Yeah, this is one of the best fights of the night, bar none.
Yeah, it's not just standing and dancing. I mean, it's standing and significant blows. Blood continues to roll down the face of Boyle. May be en route to winning round 2. We'll see. And still, I'm with you, Casey. Not even a shoot attempt that I can think of from Wolf.
You might expect, oh, and a takedown by Tim Boyle.
Wow. How about that?
And that may look to secure the round. You know, that may have been an effort to kind of change things up. But he may awaken a sleeping giant because he may give Wolf the idea, hey, let me try to steal the round. And looky there.
The catch of the kick.
Yeah.
And then that's where they end up on the mat. Yeah. So does that I might cancel out that brief takedown from Boyle too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Jason Wolf, he got that first round. I'm gonna go ahead and lean towards Tim Boyle. I think he put his hands on Jason Wolf a little bit more, though Jason Wolf's strikes were very, very powerful. I'm gonna keep it very interesting here. We're gonna go one round apiece, and we're gonna go into the third with an any man's game.
Wow. What a second round. Casey, take us through this replay here.
Well, there you see it. Fisticuffs galore. The jab by Tim Boyle, very, very controlling. But as we progress later into the round, you saw Jason Wolf starting to fire back and put his hands on Tim Boyle more. Like I said, I think that Boyle takes the second round, evens things up, moving into the third.
Boy, Mark Law has had a lot of work to do with Tim Boyle in that corner. After the second round, third and final round, 3 5-minute rounds. In pro MMA, they'll touch gloves, and we're underway here in this third and final round in Chattanooga. Longest either of these two fighters have gone is 9 minutes. We're in the 9th minute now. Correction, actually 11th minute, as my math is faulty this late here at night. Live on flowcombat.com. Yeah, 2 5-minute rounds, and we're into the 11th minute. So uncharted territory for both of these two fighters. Wolf again in the blue, Boyle in the black. Could very well be a round apiece. Oh, big shot to the right from Wolf.
Again, Wolf so explosive when he pops off.
Kind of a shrug off by Wolf, and they touch gloves.
Yeah, was that a clash of heads maybe, a brief? I couldn't tell from this vantage point.
Yeah, couldn't see clearly.
Head kick for the first time from Jason Wolf.
Wow. And still no shoot attempts. His first round takedown ended up being on the catch of a kick.
Actually, both of his takedowns were
You're
off
right.
the catch of a kick.
Yep, you're right. Punch to the body by Boyle.
Oh, big right hand. Answered back by Jason Wolf.
Both of these two guys showing tremendous chins. They've taken clean shots and then answered right back. 2 minutes gone by in the third and final round. Oh, and now squinting. It might have been an accidental eye poke, but Wolf stayed in there. And I don't think Jimmy Neely saw it. Keep an eye on that right eye of Wolf.
Beautiful leg combination, leg kick combination. Inside, then out. Wolf answers back with one of his own.
Again, no shooting attempt by Wolf, where he had a huge advantage on the mat. Oh, nice combo by Wolf.
Oh, beautiful combo by Tim Boyle.
This has been terrific.
Yeah, a tremendous matchup here. Just under 2 minutes left in this matchup. Good check there by Jason Wolf, and he fires back.
And we're getting into the area where someone is going to try to get a takedown, maybe to influence the judges and steal the round. Very close fight. Are you surprised that Wolf has decided to exchange in the stand-up game last?
I don't know. I think he feels like he's in the zone here. You can see it. And honestly, I think that he has more intensity and power in his strikes, meaning that they do more damage when they hit. But Boyle is very precise.
And you know what's impressive too is this is uncharted territory for both of these two guys, deep waters that they haven't been in, and I don't see significant exhaustion from either of these two guys.
Absolutely. They're kind of in the zone, and they are delivering back and forth.
Still throwing combos and still strategy.
Oh, here we go.
Boy, Wolf just pushed Boyle into the cage.
Closing moments of round 3. Oh, stiff right hand by Wolf there.
30 seconds left in this fight. Who will have the influential final stretch of this third and final round? Kick to the body by Boyle. Ten seconds left.
Stiff left. Who's going to take it? Big shots by Boyle. Big shot by Wolf.
Let the hands go. Oh, a fake.
It was a phantom punch. It was a phantom punch. I didn't think they existed.
Does that count as a takedown? A feint
know.
sends your opponent to the mat?
Wow.
Kidding. Wow.
I want to see that. Let's look at that on the replay. That's the most unique knockdown I've ever seen in my life. That was like chi energy.
I think it was a fake of a Superman punch, and Boyle was trying to avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, so how would you score that third round thus in the fight?
It was very close. I feel in my heart, if I'm just going to go of the overall synopsis, I think that Jason Wolf won the fight. And the reason I say is because I just feel like that his intensity, his damage was more, even though Jason, there it is. There it is.
That's great.
Still having fun.
Both guys had a laugh at that, too.
I just think that when Wolf landed, he landed with more pop. I think that, his combinations were made much more of a statement. That being said, if you're going to go technique for technique, I think that Tim Boyle's technique was a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So if he takes it, I'm not going to be surprised. He probably took the third round, and I know I'm kind of double talking here because I had it one apiece. But like I said, I kind of feel that Wolf edged it out, but maybe Tim Boyle took that third, minus the Phantom Punch.
Any chance of Wolf getting a 10-8 in the first round?
I don't know. It's hard to call.
Right.
Possible because he was on it. I don't know he was in ever a spot that he could put the finish down. But it was a close fight. But like I said, if I watch these two guys fight straight out, who would I pick? Probably pick Jason Wolf. But if I were going to say, hey, who landed better, who looked more technical, I'd say Tim Boyle.
Yeah, and the judges may all look at it very differently in this fight. When we go to the scorecards, Lisa Duran, Cody Gwynn, Rob Alexander are judges. And our fight doctor, Dr. Nathan Elliott, cutman Mark Laws here tonight. Of course, the timekeeper, Tiffany Jenkins. Very interesting. Fighters are ready. Time to get our official
After 3
decision.
hard-fought rounds, we go to your judges' scorecard for decision. All 3 judges score this fight in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Jason